Right, hello everybody. I'm just going to make a video to try and explain a problem I've had recently with a radar site I use called Freedar. Just to show you, I've got a bit of software on my laptop called RealTemp 3.70. I highly recommend it. It shows you the temperatures of your CPU. So as you can see, it's currently saying 37 to 40 degrees across the 4 cores, because I've got a quad core computer. Intel i7 chip, which is not a slouch, you know, obviously I think the way Intel named their chips is i3, i5, i7. i7 is, you know, the ones that are supposed to be better, faster, can handle more data. It's no slouch. It's an £800 laptop. Acer Aspire. The exact model number I will give somewhere later just to show you. So it's not a slouch of a laptop. I've also got another thing called RAM Boost that shows me how much RAM and CPU is being used. I've just opened up Task Manager. I'll close it just to show you exactly what I do. Let's close that. To open up Task Manager on a Windows computer, simply go down to the bottom right of your screen, right click, and then left click on Task Manager. And that'll bring it up. This shows you what's going on in your computer. It'll show you how much CPU, central processing unit, is being used. That's the Intel chip, or some of you might have an AMD chip. That's what processes all the information coming into and out of your computer. That's what shifts around the data. So if you're using a website, watching a video, that'll be changing all the time. How much memory is in use? Currently using 43% of, I think it's 8 gigabytes I've got on this computer. So Windows, what are we up to? Windows 10 that I'm using uses a lot of that. Okay, so just to show you, right, and you can see what I've currently got going on in my computer. Background processes. I'll just move this down just to show you, in case anybody spots something saying, oh, you shouldn't be using that. Don't give me any nonsense. There's nothing wrong with anything I'm using. I've just used C Cleaner, which stands for crap cleaner. That icon there. I've cleared all the cookies and cache from my computer. So there's nothing in my browser. There's no old information stored or anything like that. So when I open up Freedar, it's going to be dropping the new cookie onto my computer, so they can't say, you know, it could be you've got a bad cookie on there. No, I've just emptied that. So as you can see, I've got all the normal software most people have got when you buy a new laptop, all the Microsoft stuff. Microsoft Skype comes with it. NVIDIA is my graphics card. I've got something called Process Lasso, some Process Lasso. Let's just open that up. That's another bit of software I recommend you get. Let's just open that. And just, you can even see, there you go, it's telling you what version I've got. Current version 9.8.0.54. They constantly update this. I do not have time to update every time they come up with an update. I choose to do it when I want. Anyway, Process Lasso is another way you can choose to see what your CPU is doing. As I said, at the moment I've got absolutely 0 browsers open. All I'm doing is showing you Task Manager, and even when you're just, what you think you're doing nothing, as you can see, things are going on in the background. Tiny amounts of stuff is moving about using the CPU. Anyway, again, list of software that's on my computer. Let's just quickly scroll down that. So I've got a couple of Microsoft Word files open. Nearly all of this, as you can see, Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Windows, blah, 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 blah. I'll quickly go back again. I just want to double check. Sometimes when you start your computer, Microsoft Edge browser loads up, even though you don't want it to. So there you go. That's all I've got going on. I'm going to actually close a couple of things I know I don't want. This video UI thing, it says, if you click on it, it says something about Microsoft Zoom. What the hell is Zoom? Anyway, I don't think I need that, so I'm going to terminate that process. The fewer things running that you really don't know. Like the same, I'm not using Skype at the moment. I might as well terminate that. The fewer things I've got going, the less things I could then have Freedar or anybody else saying, oh, well, you had Skype on it with Skype, or, you know, I'm not having any nonsense from you lot. So I'm going to close Skype completely. I'm not using OneDrive, so I'm going to terminate that. Your phone, I'm not using that. These are all Windows processes. It's not like I shouldn't be using them, But just for the sake of this test, if I close as many things as I possibly can. Right, that leaves everything I want. I'm just going to close C clean. I don't need that open anymore. Sorry, it's hard to film and use everything. So I've just shut down a few things. You can shut them down in Task Manager as well. I'm going to click the Active Processes tab. This is something, like I said, Process Lasso. It's called BitSum Process Lasso. Free bit of software. Bloody good. Okay. So that's got that. I'm just going to minimize this because I need to be able to show you certain things on the screen. Hold on. I just need to move that window somewhere so that we can still watch what's going on. So, right, let's just check my temperatures again. Temperatures are still 38 to 41 degrees. That seems to be normal, and that's with my laptop. I haven't got any cooling things. You can get these cooling trays you attach underneath to keep them cooler. All I've got it resting on is like a cushion from my sofa. Okay, heat would be coming out of that. Obviously, you can make your computers run a bit cooler if you do attach some kind of cooling tray, but you should be able to use a laptop, you know, on your sofa without major problems. So there we go. Right, now what I want to show you, I'm going to open up Chrome browser. Chrome browser is my preferred choice of browser. I've been using it for years. I used to use Firefox. Before that I used to use Internet Explorer. Chrome is my choice of browser. So I've now opened Chrome. I'm just going to click on the it's restored down, and then hold on, I'm going to drag that out of the way so that I can be showing you what's going on with the computer. So all I've done is made the browser smaller so that we can still see some of the other windows on my computer. Okay, that's BitSum, that's Real Temp, that's RAM Booster. So browser's now open. There's my temperatures. There you go. Look, there's a little bit of action in the graph there showing you what's going on the computer. If I quickly click on that, let's have a look. Okay, that was probably just when I opened up Chrome, obviously that caused the CPU to do something. Okay, where are we? RAM use is still at 41%. Right, okay, so what I've got is Chrome open, no websites loaded. Now I'm going to open up Freedar. Okay, so hold on a minute. Oh, everything looks weird when you've got a smaller. Right, okay, let's... Okay, so I'm going to freedar.uk. Just type that in. Temperature went to about 57 very quickly. I probably didn't have time to film it. Another little bump from the CPU use. That caused a little bit of a temperature jump. Okay. Now I'm going to log into Freedar. Click on Live Radar. Let's see what happens. See the temperature just rise then? That's not the problem I've got yet. You wait until I show you what the problem is. Right, so currently I've got just a small portion of the map open. Let me move the map so that there's at least a few planes showing. Okay, so I've got the south of England showing. There's just a few planes showing. That's saying that they're tracking 63 aircraft. Now that is for the area of map that I've got open. Let me just move it a bit smaller so you can see the East Anglia. It's still saying 63 aircraft being tracked. Okay. Still no problem. Time just so you can see 11:20 PM 12th of July. Right, now the problem I had the other day, I had not actually selected this. I don't know whether somehow I'd accidentally touched it and I genuinely hadn't noticed. I would be honest if I had done this. Now you see down the bottom right hand corner of Freedar, they give you this option and they give you information about all the planes that are on the section of map that you're looking at. Okay, and each one has this coloured graphic logo. 63 things are loaded at the moment. I don't have a problem. Now at the moment I think it's set on list only visible. Somehow if I click on that and now it says list all, do you see that? Now let's wait and see what happens. Got to give it time to change. I'm now going to zoom out a bit and let's just see what happens. Why is it only tracking 60 planes? The other day it was tracking 3,000 planes. What's that say? Enable auto selector. That's nothing. That was just whatever plane I clicked on. Why isn't that working? Is it on pause? Hold on. Resume. I've just clicked on resume. It's still stuck on saying tracking 58 planes. The other day it was tracking like 3,000 planes, and that was where I detected the problem was. Let me click on list all and see what happens. Typical. When you want to explain something to people, it does something else. List only visible. Resume. Hold on. Oh, this is annoying. It's not doing what I want it to do. I'm just going to make the entire browser bigger so I can actually see what I'm doing as I had it better. Right. Now, you see, it's tracking 63 planes. Why? Why? Oh, I know. Hold on. Sorry. Right, next thing I need to do. Menu, receiver. Now, I did have world feed. I usually put the world feed on because if you put world feed on, that shows more of the military stuff. Green things are military. So click on world feed. Let's see what happens. Right, that's just jumped to tracking 230 aircraft. Well, there's more than that. Again, I still don't understand that. That should be about 3,000 or so. Well, it was yesterday, anyway. Oh, there you go. Look, out of 2,000. Why is it? Why is it tracking 230 of 2,000? I'm just going to make the map smaller again. Let's see what happens. Let's get it to load more things. There we go. Now that I've loaded up more of the map, right? I'm gonna make the browser smaller. Now look at the temperatures now. Aha, aha. There you go. Right. So you see it's jumped. Look at the CPU use. That's jumped. That's on bit some process less who's showing you that. Okay. In real temp, you can see the temperatures have gone to like 50, 60, 70 degrees. This is what I was trying to show you. Sorry, it took me a little while to get there. Huge increase in CPU use when you're tracking all aircraft. Now, as I said, I don't remember setting this up myself. Either I accidentally clicked on one of these buttons the other day without looking at it. I definitely know I didn't click on anything on purpose trying to change anything. I'd not done anything deliberately. So it would have been a case of possibly I clicked on the mouse and the mouse hand just happened to be over one of these buttons here, like list all or whatever, which caused this problem. It's still not as bad as the other day because, like I said, it was actually tracking 3,000 when I saw it the other day. At the moment it's tracking 350 things. So I don't know why that has changed. Let me just click on list all, see what happens. But if you see that little drop down bar there, if you click on that on the bottom, there you go. Oh no, have I just done something silly? Hold on, let's go back up. Let's click the top there. I'm trying to get that to go right to right. That is the top. There you go. Now it does say tracking like 3,000 aircraft. That's when I started to have a problem. Look at my temperatures fluctuating. 60, 70 degrees, 85. Did you see that? 85 I just saw on one of the calls. 88. And that's what I noticed the other day. There's a huge increase in and if I shut up for 5 seconds, listen to my computer. That noise is the fans on my computer kicking, and I heard that the other night. And obviously, I was actually sitting with the laptop on me, feeling the heat building up, getting really hot on me. And I thought, what's going on? So I checked some of these settings, and as you can see, it's Freedar that caused this massive temperature jump in my computer, nothing else. And as you can see, I'm not doing anything myself. I'm not touching anything on the computer. You look at it's constantly changing. The CPU use. You look at that. Constantly changing. And what is changing on here? Now, obviously, they're displaying the location of all the planes. They change every few. I don't know how Freedar do it. Whether it changes like every second. Do they move all these icons or what? And you can also see the tracking number changes all the time. You see that? 2722, 2712. So they're constantly sending information to the computer through the browser. I don't know if it's like once a second, once every half a second, whatever, but there is information constantly coming into the computer. So that is what I would presume is what's causing the CPU use to change. It's not really a memory problem that I've noticed. Memory is now 49%. Like I said, this is one browser that's open. And one browser tab. It's not like I'm doing 12 things. It's not like I've got Facebook open and Twitter and whatever else you use, YouTube. All I'm doing is using Freedar. And it's causing the temperatures in my computer to go really high. So obviously I reported that problem to 89 degrees then. 89 degrees. That is not okay. I mean, that's if you're doing video encoding. If you've videoed something and you're editing and then you're trying to encode a video to create a new video out of, say, lots of clips and stitch them together. Video encoding can cause your computer to go into really high use, like 90 degrees, because it's so processor intensive. You're shifting a hell of a lot of data constantly. But to have one browser tab open cause your computer to, I just saw 90 then, did you see that? I definitely saw the number 90. 90 degrees centigrade. That cannot be okay. Now there you go, look, and they even show you the maximums, minimums and maximums. So I've hit 95 degrees at 11:25 PM. It's now 11:28. So since I've been using Freedar, the temperatures on my computer are just going stupid. And as I said, that's all through using Freedar. They can claim all they want that it's not them. Here's the proof that it is. It is their website. So, as I've said, what I've noticed is if you're tracking all the aircraft, this is the problem. For some reason, it's because you're loading up the graphics for. There's a whole chain of them. All I'm looking at is those few. If I was to move this down, just click on that. Do you see what I mean? All those icons are loaded up in your browser. So by loading up 3,000 bits of information, 3,000 colour graphics. And I did ask them, I said, is there any possibility any of these graphics could have something like a Bitcoin miner attached to them, or a virus, or a bit of malware? And they said no, they run it through something, they're sure that it's not anything like that. But anyway, I'm not going to go all the way down there, it'll take too long to film all that, but you get the idea. You have loaded up 3,000 odd graphics in your computer if you've clicked on that setting on Freedar. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top. Come on. It doesn't move that quickly. It loads up a few at a time when you're doing this. I hear the fans on my computer whirring away trying to cool the computer down. Oh, I know what to do. There's one other thing I was going to show you. This is what the support for... So in Task Manager, click on Performance. Okay, see my CPU use? That's not that bad at the moment. And you can see the details of what's going on. I'll show you that. There's nothing to hide. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust that setting, and I'm going to click on List Only Visible. Click on where it says List Only Visible. Now normally you wouldn't be looking at a map like that because it's useless to look at that many planes and that amount of area. Normally you would be looking at one area, perhaps where you live. So let's just quickly show you the temperatures. What's the temperatures doing now? 60 odd degrees. Sounds like the fan's not working as hard. It is still running, but it's not as hard. Right, so that's now saying tracking 55 aircraft. Again, I'm going to move the map to an area that I would normally be looking at. So somewhere in England. I'll just move it to a random area of England. Right, so I've moved the map to, say, Birmingham area. Now it's tracking 10 aircraft of that 2,600, 2,700 or so they can. Okay. Fan's just about gone quiet. So CPUs, that's okay. That's not doing a lot now. Temperatures, obviously they've been high, so now they're coming down. You can see across the board 55 degrees, not 80, not 90. I think I've proved this to just about anybody that's watching this video, that that is the cause. Tracking all those planes in one go causes the temperature to go up in Freedar. I tried to tell them that, and they said it's not possible, it's not us. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So to prove it, I'm now going to open up another browser tab, and I'm going to load up, let's load up Google, google.co.uk. I'm sure you've all heard of that. So now I've got Google open. I'm now going to close the tab for Freedar. I've only got Google open now, and let me just move that out of the way so I can show you the CPU use. CPU use when I've got Google open. That little spike is probably when I opened the Google tab, I'm assuming. Okay, again, nothing to hide. And I'm not doing this out of spite. This is just the fact that I wanted to report a problem to Freedar, and they just didn't want to acknowledge that it was anything to do with them. And I'm sorry, but it was. And they had a very helpful support bloke that I chatted with last night for about probably nearly 2 hours, going through all kinds of tests he was doing on my computer. He was asking me to take screenshots of exactly this sort of stuff and send it to him, and open up a different browser. Open up a different website and show me what happened when I opened a different website. He got me to open up a rival radar site to show you. Every other website he got me to open was fine. It's only when I had Freedar and I did all the planes that the problem was going on. I've explained that to them now. So there you go. Temperatures are now dropping. We're now below 50 degrees across the board. Now they'll go down a little bit more. So let's go back. Let's open up Chrome again. Well, it's open. I'm just going to click on it to get it to show. Right, so I'm on Google. I am now... Sorry, there's so many things going on in the same place. Let me just try and move. There's more things than I can possibly show in one window this size, one computer screen. So, okay, I'm trying to keep that open so that you can see. I'm going to have to make that a bit smaller so I can fit it all in on the screen. Let me just move that, make it a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's going to be any use or not. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to have to make it a bit bigger. Hold on. Sorry. I'm not trying to cheat this. I'm just trying to get so I can fit all these blooming windows on one shot. You do need to be seeing that CPU information. Right, okay. Right, got it so it fits all on the screen. Right. CPU, right. Back to Freedar. Sorry, hard to do all this. Right, so back to Freedar. Click on menu, click on live radar. Okay, when I clicked on, you can see a bit of a spike as you load up Freedar. Tracking 6 aircraft at the moment, so it's not a problem. It's normal for the CPU to spike when you're doing stuff. That's not a problem. The problem is when the CPU goes crazy and stays high, then the temperatures are going to go high. That leads to wear and tear on a computer. It's not good to be running a computer really hot for a long time. And obviously I want to be having Freedar open for hours sometimes. It's one of the tabs I have open during the day amongst many other things I'm doing. Right, so you can see temperatures 50 odd degrees at the moment. And since I opened Freedar, I just had that little spike and then it's gone pretty flat. So, and that's like that. Now, what happens when I click on list all? I need to get it so that it's doing that tracking again. There we go. Right, switch to tracking. Look at that. Bloody hell. Is that not proof enough for you? So I switched to tracking all. The CPU goes to pretty much 100% instantly. Do you see? Temperatures have gone from 50 degrees when I was showing you that to 60, 84. So 67 degrees, 88, bloody hell. You see what I mean? It's not constantly 80, 90 degrees. It changes every couple of seconds as data comes in and data goes out of the computer. So tracking 2,000, nearly 2,700 planes, let's say. Okay. That's a setting Freedar have got. I didn't create that setting. They created that. So they need to put some kind of warning. If you track all, like if you click on list all, they need to pop up a warning that says warning, this can cause your computer to overheat. That's all they need to do. That's all I'm trying to get them to say. Anyway, I think I've proved my point. It's gone down again since I first loaded it. again, I've only got one tab open. Temperatures are still jumping around all over the place. It's not a memory problem. Okay, so that's that. And then don't forget, at the moment I've got this browser open really small on the screen. Let me maximize it. I wonder if that makes any difference. Normally you'd be looking at it like this, with the whole browser tab taking up the whole screen when you did choose to look at it. Let me just get rid of that. See, somehow accidentally clicked on one thing. So you can accidentally click on things. Maybe I accidentally clicked on that. Maybe it didn't. Maybe for some fault it opened up with that setting on. I honestly don't know. So let's just move out a bit. Let's say I was looking at Europe trying to track something. Okay, now move that out of the way. Let's see what's going on with the temperatures. Yeah, 91 degrees just then. 60, 90. Do you see what I'm saying? 93. 92. I'm sorry, but that is very high use. That's not how I want my computer to be running. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube just to show Freedar support, and up to them whether they come up with a warning for people that doing that setting can cause your computer to run really hot. But that is not what I would say is okay to be running at that temperature. So obviously I've worked out a way to avoid that is to change that setting and don't track all. Click on list only visible. I don't want it to be tracking 2,600 things. Right, so now tracking 170, and obviously I said you wouldn't normally be tracking all of it. You'd probably be having the map over like the nearest 50, 100 miles to you to see what you can see in the sky, sort of thing. So anyway, right, that's all I've got to say on that. I'm going to upload the video as is. I will send this to Freedar, see if they acknowledge that there is a problem or not, and hopefully they'll fix it. Alright, thank you for watching everybody. Bye bye.